Hi guys, it is late Tuesday evening. I apologize, you're just now getting this video. I have actually been really sick and didn't have a voice yesterday, so might sound like I had a little lower voice today. So bear with me. I'm good to talk, but I might sound a little bit different tonight. Anyway, wanted to send out this video about upcoming mission trip paperwork. We will be sending out an additional video soon on all the details about our trip. We have some neat opportunities pretty much for each trip that we are going on this summer, so you don't want to miss that video. Just like this video, it will be emailed to you and you can watch it through YouTube. Do us a favor and make sure you comment below in YouTube so that we know who has watched the video and who hasn't. Unfortunately, the only way around that with YouTube is you do have to make an account, but you can make up whatever you want to and you don't put it on an email that you don't check often. So anyway, I'm going to make this video pretty short and sweet because it's just going to be about paperwork that is due on Sunday. So May 6th, Sunday, we need all of your paperwork turned in, please, because we're going to very quickly turn around and mail a lot of that off to our mission sites. So we're going to go through the 3 different trips and the 3 paperwork packets that we need to have completed. Just a side note as to where to turn in your paperwork, we need you can either drop it off on the desk in the office, that's Darcy's desk, or you can, a safer option is to stick it in our Dropbox, our youth Dropbox, which is directly across from the stairs in the nook area, and on that counter you will see that there's a slot in the counter and it'll say youth ministry. Just drop your packet down there. Make sure you put your name on the envelope with what trip you're going on, and that way we'll make sure we get it to where it needs to be. So I will also be giving you, I think I said 3 secret words throughout this video. That helps us have you connect and make sure you watch the full video, but you also get a cool prize. So the first person who comments with the 3 words that I'm going to share, the secret words, make sure you comment that in YouTube, and the first person who we have jot down those words, we will give you a cool prize. I promise it'll be worth your time. So, paperwork. Let's start out with the middle school mission trip. The first thing we need done, and this is true for really all 3 trips, is our allergy med form. Again, you can find all the forms through the email that was sent to you, and it will very shortly also be online if you need it on our website, but it was sent out to you through email, so make sure you go back and check that, and it had it in bullet points of what exactly you needed to turn in. Allergy med form. If you filled that out in the beginning of the year, say you're in confirmation, that's a requirement to have that on file. It is good. It stays current through August of this year. And then September is when our form expires and we need to, fill it out again. So, in theory, many of you middle schoolers should have your allergy med form on file. If there are any questions, probably just safe to fill out another one and turn it in. But you can contact us. Please do us a favor though, it is confirmation week. It's kind of crazy. Please send it to us ahead of time and not on May 6th when your paperwork is due. That helps us out and we can try to check for it. If that is the only question that you have, go ahead and turn in all of your paperwork anyway, and we can kind of figure that piece out. But my opinion, every year what I do personally for the allergy med form, it doesn't really change. this is a little secret, okay? So your first word is going to be secret, okay? What I do every year is I fill that form out. I make a photocopy of it, and I photocopy it before I sign it at the bottom and before I date it. And so every year, unless my medical information has changed, I then take that copy, make a copy of it, and then I sign it with the right year, and I put my signature on it, and it's tucked away. So I don't have to refill that form out every single time. That's just one way around it, because we will always need that form. Excuse me, if you don't like to have to fill out the med form all the time. We are trying to adapt and come up with a way that we can simplify that form, because I know it's frustrating and annoying to have to fill it out. Just tell yourself, just like you do for school and for sports and for going to the doctor, you just have to update it, and it just keeps us all on track. So you need allergy med form. You need a photocopy of your health insurance card. You need a background check if you're 18 or older by the date of the trip. And so those are the 3 forms that all 3 trips need. Okay? Now we're going to talk about middle school trip. Middle school, we are going to Osage Reservation with YouthWorks. In the past, they have sent their forms separately. I really like it. They have just sent it in a packet form. So in that email, it will say adult packet, YouthWorks paperwork. If you are an adult, you fill out the adult packet form. If you're a student, you fill out the student packet form. And you can just turn that whole packet into us. It is going to say with one of your forms, and I want to say it's not the covenant, it's their waiver of liability. They do require 3 copies, including the original, so 2 copies of it turned into YouthWorks. If you are able to make 2 copies of that form for us, you will see it on the heading. That would be wonderful. If you can't, that's not a big deal. We can make a copy, and we're going to send that on, okay? And that's it. That's it for middle school YouthWorks paperwork. Allergy med form, health insurance card, background check if you're 18 and older, adult or student packet, which includes YouthWorks liability form, and it also includes YouthWorks covenant form. Okay? Okay. So sorry. I'm trying to get over this cold. High school mission trip. So let's go ahead and throw out our second word. Remember, we have 3 words for our prize, and that's going to be, our second word is experience. So high school trip. You need the allergy med form. You need the health insurance card photocopy, like we talked about. You need a background check if you're going to be 18. So sorry. Excuse me. Hold on. If you're going to be 18 by our trip. So that includes some of our seniors. Then you need 2 experience forms. Okay? So if you've never done experience, it's different than YouthWorks. And I'm going to kind of answer a couple of our questions that we've kind of learned. I've gotten them this week of just troubleshooting some issues. The first one is the experience liability form. It's online, okay? So when you go to the link that's included in your email, you're going to click on that link. I listed out the code of what our trip code is. You can also look it up manually when it says where find my code, and it will pull up Lamb of God. I am the trip coordinator, so you put in my name if it requires it. Hannah Prindeville. And you fill it out online. You enter your email and contact information, and then it is sent. That's all you have to do with that form. You don't need to print it off. You don't need to show it to us. I can actually access it through the website, and I can see who has filled out that form. Couple questions. Similar to how we register for mission trips, the site that they do all of that online work with also requires different emails per registrant. So that means if you and your child are going on a trip, unfortunately, you do have to use 2 different emails. However, when you get into it, after you get into that front page, you can then click on your contact email. Okay? So I want to say mine was HVP, my initial 001. It's going to give you a login and it's going to give you a password. I recommend, because this is our second year with Experience, just for the future, if we ever use Experience again, hang on to that login information. Put that down, write it somewhere, because what is cool about that online option or paperwork is that you can pull it up every year, and if nothing has changed, you can go ahead and send it in. It's all saved for you on their database. But you do need separate logins for per participant. So it's probably best just to go ahead and use your child's name, an email of a different one, and then when you get in and it's asking for your contact email, use the email obviously that you check the most. You want to have that. That's just for them to contact you in case of an emergency. So that is the Experience liability form, and it's online. I'm going to get through it, I promise. Okay, the second form from Experience, I wish it was like this totally different name to make it easier and to understand, but it's just their liability waiver versus their form. You are going to print that one off. You don't fill it out online. You're going to print that form off and manually fill it in, and then you're going to turn that paper in to us. So the liability form you do online, you have a login. The liability waiver you print off, fill it out, turn it in. Okay? So it's not quite as complicated as it maybe sounds. It should be pretty easy. So sorry. I think those were our 2 main questions. Is the login email was an issue for multiple people, and then being able to update it as well. So that's our second trip. Our third trip, Glory Bound. Glory Bound has to be probably the easiest out of all of them. Maybe it's just because it's local and it's just simple. You're going to fill out your allergy med form, copy of your health insurance card, a background check if you're 18 and older, and then I sent a packet of paperwork. I want to say it's 3 pages maybe. So sorry. How rude. The Glory Bound packet is all you need to fill out. Go ahead, same thing, do May 6th, just so that we have it. There's 20 of us going on Glory Bound, so it's not as big of a group to have to manage paperwork. But let's just go ahead and fill it out, and so we have it, and we don't have to hunt you down for paperwork. So, your last word, your last word is going to be Glory Bound. Okay? So, go ahead right now, type that down in the comment section so you get the prize. Promise, it's going to be awesome. So that is a run through of our paperwork. Again, due Sunday in our Dropbox. And please, 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 please help us. Honestly, truly, it is such a relief and makes everyone who is helping behind the scenes with our trips so much easier if you can just turn in your paperwork on time. When you don't, it's a whole set of different things which we manage it and we get it done, but it involves us tracking you down, emailing you, calling you, and then you have to rush and get us your paperwork, and then it's just so much harder than it needs to be. So I encourage you, it's gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday when you get this email. Go ahead, print the paperwork off. For high school, it's only a one that you have to print off. You do one online. Go ahead and do it in that moment, and put it in a packet, and next time you're at church, if it's Wednesday night for all of our confirmation, nailing of the cross and such, or sharing of the faith this weekend, go ahead and just turn it in there, and then you're done, and you don't have to worry about it, and it's going to be awesome. But a big thank you. I have several parents that have stepped up to offer kind of juggling and helping me just be my second pair of eyes for paperwork for each trip. Really, really appreciate it. I know paperwork just it's not that fun thing, but it's really important. It keeps us safe, and once we get done with this part, we get to serve Jesus and have fun on our mission trips and glory bound. So thank you guys for watching this. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry it's not the best video quality due to my Black Plague and not getting it to you exactly on time. I really appreciate your patience. So just a reminder, you will be having another video sent out to you shortly, and in that video we're going to go over logistics of all 3 of our trips. I will also, when I send that video link, will be sending you FYI details of when we're leaving, what to pack, any kind of details that need to be communicated at that time. Just a reminder too, if you're not as current on your email, this is crucial. This every year we kind of have this issue, and so we're just trying to be better at communicating. If you registered for a mission trip or glory bound with an email that you don't normally check with your login, when we compile all of our information and it puts it in an Excel sheet, that is our contact of how we contact you with details of our trip. So if you put it on an email that you send to spam, or maybe you just don't check it as often, I would rather you just email me and contact me and let me know, hey, can you switch my email to this? I can easily do that from my end, and we can make sure that it's going to an email that you can check regularly, because we will be having more and more stuff coming to you about our trips, and I don't want you to be like, hey, you know what, I never got that video, or you know what, am I even on the trip? Because we get that question like the week before. If you're getting this video, you are on the trip. Congratulations. Yay! But please, please, please let us know and make sure that we have a parent email as the main contact. It's not that we don't trust you, students. I know you're totally on top of life, but your parents might also want to know what's going on, and they might need some of those details. So unless you tell us, we're just going off of the email that we have in the registration. So just my little FYI on that, because we chronically have issues of communication, or if you're getting all of that information. So anyway, I hope you have a very blessed night or morning whenever you're watching this. And if you have any questions, go ahead and email me, and hopefully it'll just be a really easy process doing paperwork. I hope you have a great evening, and we will talk to you soon.